What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're actually going over my Mavuika build that I have for her before she's actually released here, guys, and we'll talk about exactly what I decided to run on my Mavuika build that I got prepped for her release. So in this video, guys, we're gonna be covering all of that, and yeah, guys, obviously we recently hit that 1K subs on the channel. I definitely appreciate all the support on the channel, guys, and we're gonna have a bunch more videos coming out throughout on the channel with the release of Mavuika and also with Sit Lolly as well. We're gonna be covering a bunch of content with them in Spiral Abyss. We're gonna have some fun, and yeah, I mean, it's been a fun ride. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and with that out of the way, guys, let's hop in and let's talk the artifact set that I decided to go with on my Mavuika that I'm going to be building here. So I have my artifacts here on my Xinyan as they're, both Pyro and also Claymore characters too. So this definitely fits the build for what I'm trying to run here, guys, on my Mavuika. And yeah, let's actually go to the artifacts and let's talk about it. So for the 4-set bonus here, guys, we are going with Obsidian Codex. This is the main Natlin DPS set at the moment in the game. So it says for the 2-piece set, we have while the equipping character is in the Night Soul's Blessing state and is on the field, their damage level is going to be increased by 15%. And then after the equipping character consumes 1 Night Soul point while on the field, critical rate is going to increase by 40% for 6 seconds, and this effect can trigger once every second. So that's obviously going to be a very good set bonus right there, guys, for Mavuika. Mainly if you're running her on field as a main DPS, you definitely can still run Obsidian Codex, I feel like, as a sub DPS kind of thing. You just have to make sure that she kind of is on the field every so often, just so that you're able to keep up the crit rate uptime on this on the 4-set set bonus right there, right? So that's obviously going to be very, very important. Now hopping into my artifacts here, let's start with my flower here, guys. So for my flower, I got crit rate, attack percent, critical damage, and flat defense. Now ideally here, guys, I would have probably wanted in this last slot maybe some EM, or maybe they could have just gave me some like energy. Actually, no, I guess we don't need energy recharge on Mavuika. We'll talk about that. But yeah, no, I think crit rate, crit damage is fine, and then the attack percent was really good to pick up. I guess right here probably EM or maybe flat attack would have been okay, right? But as you guys can see, I mean, 3.9 crit rate, 29.5% crit damage. I'm literally not going to complain about that, guys. I mean, I think that's pretty good for where I'm at. So that's going to be my flower right there. Obviously, the main stat is going to be always HP, so we don't have to talk about that. Let's move over to my feather right here. So for my feather, we have critical rate, we have flat HP, energy recharge, and critical damage, guys. So ideally, again, as we talked about with the flower right there, could have definitely wanted some attack percent right there, could have definitely wanted some EM, but energy recharge and HP, I guess, is not the worst thing in the world. Energy recharge is definitely a dead stat on Mavuika though, but like flat HP, I definitely could help in terms of tanking. And overall, guys, I mean, the CV on this artifact is really good. I mean, we got 10.5 crit rate, which is about 21 total CV on that, plus 17. I mean, that's like 37 CV, give or take, right? 30 something, 37. So that is honestly pretty good overall. I mean, I'm gonna take that any day of the week, even regardless of the other 2 stats on that piece. So that is obviously very good, guys. Now moving on to my other 3 pieces here, which have different set bonuses. We'll talk about it, or main stats. I mean, we have my sands here, which is going to be an attack percent sands with energy recharge, critical damage, flat defense, and critical rate. So again, because I have attack percent here, I guess ideally what you would want would be EM, critical rate, critical damage, flat attack, right? I guess that would probably be the best course of action there too. Yeah, I mean, in terms of what I got though, guys, I mean, it's solid, right? 10.5 crit rate, 14 crit damage, a little bit worse than my feather here overall. I mean, we got the same crit rate there on the feather and the sands, but a little bit less crit damage on the sands right there. But it being a main stat of attack percent, I think is really good. And then the fact that it had, 1 roll into crit damage and then the 3 in the crit rate, I think is solid. I'm not gonna, like completely complain about that. I think that's honestly fine, and I definitely will do for my Mavuika. Now moving on to my Circlet here, we'll talk Circlet. So this is a critical damage Circlet here, guys. The main reason why we're going with critical damage here is because Mavuika is going to be getting a lot of critical rate. Remember that the 4-set bonus here of the Obsidian Codex set is going to provide 40% critical rate right there, and her signature weapon is also going to be providing some crit rate as well, guys. I think it's about around 11% crit rate increase on top of that. So we're getting already 51% crit rate from the artifact set bonus, and then also from the fact that we're getting the signature signature weapon. So that right there alone, guys, told me I'm going critical damage. We're just maxing out as much as possible. Now, in terms of the actual effects here we got on the piece, guys, we have defense percent, critical rate, attack percent, and energy recharge. So a lot of dead stats here, I feel like. Defense percent and energy recharge being the main two dead stats. And then attack percent here is really good. I mean, 21% attack. That's nothing to scoff at, guys. I mean, I'm taking that, you know, any day of the week. And then the critical rate here didn't get any increase, but again, because we have so much cap of crit rate that we're getting on this character, we don't necessarily have to build too much into the crit rate, guys. And we do also make up for the fact that our sands, our feather here has a good amount of crit rate. You know, the flower here doesn't really have too much, but I mean, 10 on both of these, right? I think that's really good. That's 21 crit rate from just those two pieces. And then with this, we get an extra 3, you know, the base crit rate of 5. You know, we're kind of, you know, getting up there, right? And that's going to get us around that 70, almost 80% crit rate kind of threshold, which I think is really good for a character that's going to be on field main DPS. Now, moving on to the final piece that we got here, guys. This is going to be my Pyro Goblet, and my best one, actually, surprisingly, that's going to be an off piece that I got. So if we actually go through my Pyro Goblets here, guys, let's show you guys. This is insane. I actually do not have that many good Pyro Goblets overall. Like, this actually is my best one, I think, overall, man. So 23 crit damage, 3.5 crit rate with flat attack and attack percent. Not bad, right? I think that's actually pretty good. My other ones here, not really the greatest. I mean, right? You know, only critical damage on that one. Only critical rate on this one. This one right here, though, I could steal Hu Tao's. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I could go for stealing Hu Tao's. I would probably opt to leaving it on her, though, just because it benefits her so much. But, guys, I mean, maybe I take that off Hu Tao. 34% critical damage. Nothing to scoff at there. That's definitely, like, my best one other than this one. Because this one, I would say, is overall just generally better. Because, you know, we have the attack percent substat, too, which obviously will benefit us. This one has EM, so definitely good for, you know, if we're looking for, like, a, you know, a melt team or vape team. That could definitely matter. But, yeah, I mean, for now, guys, I think we're gonna, you know, lock in with the Pyro Damage Goblet right here. But, again, I could swap to this one right here. And if we're actually looking at the ratio here, guys, for this set, so we're getting 31.9 crit rate and 146.9% critical damage, guys, just from the actual rolls on the artifacts, not even the set bonus itself. Because remember, the set bonus is going to be giving us 40% on top of that. So we're going to be at, what is that, 71.9% crit rate. And then obviously added with the 5 baseline. So we'd be around that, you know, give or take around that 80% range, right? And that's very good. And then critical damage wise, I mean, 146 plus 50 would be at around 190. So that's obviously very good. Like, let's just go to the attributes here and let's see. So yeah, so 36.9 on the crit rate and 196.9 on the critical damage, guys. So just as a baseline right there, I think that's very good, right? We're gonna have around 76 crit rate. We're gonna be at what is that, 230 something crit damage just because of Mavuika's, you know, critical damage ascension. So I think overall, I mean, that's gonna be pretty nice. Alrighty, guys, now moving on to the actual, like, rolls it. Alright, guys, so hopping into the Genshin Impact damage calculator here, guys, this website is able to pretty much show you what your artifacts would look like on a character that might not be out in the game yet, and also with all the things that you are going to be running on the character. So just as an example here, guys, I have my Mavuika here. Let me actually remove my face cam so you guys don't have to, you know, see me blocking the stats. But we can actually look at some of the stats here. So it's a little bit cut off on my screen here. Let me move my display capture here a little bit. Just like that. There you go. So you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. But yeah, so this is what my Mavuika is going to be, guys, with the maxed out buffs that we're getting from the artifact set bonus. And also the fact that we're going to be having, you know, Mavuika's weapon on top of everything else too. So you guys can see here, if we look at the buffs, we're getting the, you know, signature weapon buff effects where we're getting a 20% critical damage increase and a 28% attack, right? Which is obviously very good. And that's going to be also increased by 75% too, which will be very nice for the character overall. And then because we are in the Night's Level Blessing state. And then obviously we're getting the full Obsidian Codex set, so we're getting 40% from that. We're getting 15% damage dealt from that. And then as you guys can see here, the artifacts are the exact same that I had on my actual Genshin Impact itself. And you can see here for the ratio, guys, 87.9% crit rate to 70% critical damage, guys. I mean, hey, I think we did really good, guys. What do you guys think about the ratio we got from my Mavuika here? I think we're going to be doing really well once she's you know, available in the game, and I'm looking forward to actually testing this out, guys. This probably is my strongest crit rate, crit damage character in the game so far, just based on the fact that she's getting so much from her weapon and then also from the actual set bonus of the artifact too, right? It's really hard to build a character with this crazy stats right here, guys. Like, if we were to take off all the bonuses that we're getting, look how much of a drop it actually is, right? We go from 87% crit rate to 47, and then from 270 crit damage to 235 crit damage, right? So you can see there that the buffs we're getting from the weapons and also the artifact set bonus is huge, man. It's absolutely huge. So that definitely makes up for the fact that we don't have like the craziest Mavuika set here, but it's still very, very good, guys. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of Mavuika here, guys, and the, you know, Mavuika I was able to build here. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. Let me know what your guys' Mavuika is actually looking like on your account as well. I'm curious to hear, you know, do you guys have around the same stats as me? Are you doing a little bit better than me? Let me know, guys. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say about that, man. So that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys do enjoy, and we're gonna see you guys on the next Genshin Impact video. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.